Call this meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Palmer?
Here.
Sephora?
Here.
Lopez?
Here.
Mangel?
Here.
Mayor McDonald?
Here.
Department heads Chip Miller?
Here.
Chief Warren?
Here.
Chief Taylor?
Chief Taylor's excused. Captain Kloss is in place.
And Sarah Andrews. Who's that?
Sarah's excused and Shane is in her place.
At any time between now and the next council meeting, council can and may hold an executive session. At this time, I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes from the August 25th meeting.
So moved. Second.
Councilors Palmer?
Yes.
Sephora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mangel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. At this time, we will also gather departmental reports.
Okay, Mayor, Council and Finances has been reviewed and approved and is on file. And I have the DPMI reports for ours.
All right.
I have the monthly report for parks, August 2020.
Thank you. I have the monthly reports for the police department and the OECD.
I have the August reports for buildings and health, ambulance, and fire.
And I have August 2020 report for DPW.
Okay. At this point, we'll move into the correspondence segment of the city council meeting. I do have some correspondence to offer this evening. Some comments on uploading city council meetings to YouTube, which we've been doing. COVID-19 has changed our lives in all sorts of ways, and not all of the changes have been negative. The COVID pandemic definitely jump-started my campaign promise to live stream city council meetings, because for a time the public was not allowed to attend city council meetings per state guidelines. But I still wanted them to feel included. So Mr. Luco and Chief Taylor and some others have helped us out. Chief Ward's helping us out tonight. Live streaming our meetings was the answer to have the public feel included. Due to relaxed guidelines that allow for members of the public to attend city council meetings, we'll upload the video of council meetings immediately after the meetings are adjourned instead of live streaming them. This limits the number of technical snafus we will encounter and also makes the job a little less demanding for Chief Taylor, or in this case tonight, Chief Ward, who has been volunteering the recording and uploading of our meetings. I felt it was necessary to supply information to the public on this topic so that people aren't huddled in front of their computer screens on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m., repeatedly refreshing our YouTube channel and wondering why the live stream hasn't started. We will continue to do the very best that we can in providing the public with high quality video access as we have for the last several months. Is there any additional correspondence at this time from council? Seeing that there is none, we will move into the petition and hear visitor segment of the city council meeting. I ask that if you are addressing council that you please stand and state your name and address for the record. Is there anybody that would like to address council? Yes, sir, in the back.
My name is Kyle Wheeler. I live at 328 South Avenue. What I would like to know is what's going on with the cut of city timber there on Maplewood. There's a chunk of property that's being cut, and what's going to happen with the water runoff that's already coming down quite heavily. Like that storm we had yesterday, a couple of the trees that were left behind and snapped in half. And like what about Pitt, that they're going to clear so much land up above? What's going to happen with that runoff water? I mean, we got to pay for runoff water in the city, so what's going to happen with Pitt? Are they going to be having to fix stuff? Like, I mean, I know it's going to be pretty bad coming down that hill.
Yes, sir,
I'm
Kyle.
just curious about it, coming down.
Yes, sir. I would defer this to Mr. Luco. He's been dealing with this pretty closely.
Mr. Wheeler, the way this came about was the University of Pittsburgh approached the city. They had acquired some land up on top of
Yes.
Maplewood, goes clear over to
Yeah,
the
the
westward.
track.
Yes. And they had a forester come in to remove the ash because I'm sure you're aware the ash borer causes problems. The trees die, and then you're left with a bunch of. So although it doesn't bring much money, it does bring some money and it helps regenerate your forest. So the city was approached by the university and asked if we would enter into an agreement for a right-of-way access for them to get to the timber.
Mm-hmm.
After some lengthy discussions and the city solicitor's office, working with the university's lawyers, as well as Mr. Ken Kane, pretty well-established forester for this area, it was determined to go ahead and council voted to agree to that right-of-way. While they were up there, Mr. Kane recognized the fact that our small parcel of land that you're specifically speaking of also had a limited amount of ash that was still viable and should probably be harvested now, because it was only a matter of time before that would be worthless. And although it really wasn't about the money, it was, he was there, you would never get somebody in there to timber that because it was such a small amount. And since since the operation was already taking place on the adjoining parcel, it was determined, city council voted to enter into an agreement for him to timber that small portion as well. To answer your question, Mr. Kane is pretty well known and typically does all the water bars and makes sure everything's up to speed. So if there is a complaint when they are finished, please contact me and I will make sure that that's addressed.
I just know right now what the loggers did is they took all the treetops and have pushed them right up to the edge of the bank on Maplewood. So when you come up and around the corner, there's just a pile of treetops all along that top edge, and they said that was to stop erosion. And I mean, dead branches won't stop erosion, and it looks terrible.
Well,
It really does.
I will
I mean, it's
I will
just-
make contact with Mr. Kane directly. Have you been up there? Is
He's
that-
right, they did push the brush over,
Is that stuff just
and
gonna
I
stay there?
talked to Mr. Kane, and they said that's typically what they leave behind. They take what they need, and then everything else just rots away and regenerates into the soil the way you described it.
And then there's also lots of logs that, I mean, that would be viable pole wood and everything that was just left behind and pushed into a pile. And I understand you take what's reusable and still good, but why would you cut a tree just to let it rot and lay? That's another thing that just, it seems unacceptable to just cut a tree to let it rot,
They
when
did,
it could have stood and died and then fell over like nature intended.
they did improve the drainage up there, going up Harris's way, and also put in a couple of new ditches, and there is a ditch line on the high side of Maplewood going down, and we're checking that and making sure that those basins can receive the water. We are verifying that. And I'm also inspecting the road. If there's any damage to the road, I took video of the road prior to them up there. And if there's any damage to it, within the contract, I'm allowed to halt them until they repair the road, and then they can resume again if there hasn't been damage to the road yet. That I've seen, unless it happened over the weekend.
The corner is starting to go out already.
Yeah.
It's breaking out right on
The corner is on my videotape before they even started.
Okay, alright, I was gonna say, it just started, it popped up like Thursday, Friday afternoon, it started to crack out right on the corner. About 2 foot in, 3-4 foot long on the low side of the corner. I said, I know it's the first time we got paved up there in the 30-some years I've been alive and can remember pavement up there. I mean, South Avenue got the first time in 21 years last year, so,
Well, that's a mistake.
yeah,
Yeah, Maple was it was a challenge for us to get up there and to pave that.
yeah.
And, yeah, I don't wanna see it ruined.
No,
I don't wanna see it ruined.
No, I know with the amount of timber that they are taking off their land, they're not just taking ash. They're taking, and I know that has nothing to do with this, but they're taking so much that there's gonna be a lot of water runoff that the city's probably not expecting. I mean, if you walk through there, I mean, he marked a lot of trees. There's maybe gonna be 40% of that hillside left by the time it's all said and done. I walk that hill 3 to 5 times a week. So it's,
Mr. Wheeler, I guess I should
Dan, I
have
know
said
that's
that
how
the
the
university
city's
was
taking it.
only taking ash. I know that was part of their plan and that's why we were approached because of the ash. And I can't control what they take off of.
no, and I understand that, and I understand what the city did there, it's
Right.
just that
No,
if
we
you're gonna
will,
cut trees to just let them lay, you should just let them
Right.
stand and die.
Chip and I will go up and look and see, and I'll have to look at the contract to see what it is that he's responsible for.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wheeler.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to address council?
Barbara Larson, 66 Main Street. I still don't have a garbage can on my block.
Okay, Mr. Oshman, do we have a update for Miss Laxon's trash can?
We do. We're moving into our next phase, our second phase of the grant project, and the trash cans have been ordered. So we're just waiting for them to come in, and we're well aware to get you one, and we're at the mercy of when the grant money kicks in and when we can order them. But I do know that that process has been started.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Never fear, the OECD is here, Miss Laxon. All right, would anybody else like to address council tonight? Oh, yeah, Bill's thinking about it? No? No? Tina's looking at Bill like Bill should say something. Nothing tonight? Oh, yes, no? No?
Not yet.
Okay,
Not yet.
well, this is it, now or never, because we're moving on to new business and, oh, okay. All right, being there's nobody else to address council right now, we will move on to new business. Item A is bill number 8. That is the ordinance general file number 3078.224, amend ordinance general file number 3078, providing for the salaries of various city employees, police sanitary. I will accept the motion.
So moved. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
CO 5489, general file number 3078.224, calendar number 8, sessions 2020. Amend ordinance, general file number 3078, an ordinance of the city of Bradford, McKean County, Pennsylvania, providing for the salaries of various city employees.
So moved.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Number 35847, approved third quarter 2020 allocations to Bradford District Flood Control Authority, accounts and finances. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Number 35848, certificate of appropriateness to Greg Ross, owner of 85 Main Street, accounts and finances. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Number 35849, certificate of appropriateness to Nick Cummins, representing St. Bernard of Clairvaux Parish, owner of 95 East Corden Street, accounts and finances. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Number 35850, certificate of appropriateness to Scott Gunter, the grocery structure, owner of 32 Main Street, accounts and finances. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35851 authorizes the proper officers of the city of Bradford to execute a lease agreement with Kathy Wright, doing business as Yoga with Kathy, at the Robert P. Havegood Jr. Business Development Center, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35852, approve payment to Nana Foundry, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35853, authorize the proper officers of the city of Bradford to execute an enterprise zone loan agreement in the amount of $7,500 with Matthew George and Katie Sprague, doing business as Crazy G, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Cora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Angel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35854, approve payment to Century Electric LLC, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35855, approve payment to 6V Excavation LLC, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35856, accept quote from Earthworks to demolish 9 Harris Court, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35857, accept quote from 6V Excavation to demolish 52 High Street, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Mayor, before you start on the next one,
Yes, sir.
I wanna thank Sarah and Shane for this, 62 Hobson. I've been working with neighbors down there for the last year on this particular, and, I was finally able to give the neighbor that's been interacting with me, I called her Friday when I received the agenda and told her it went out for bid.
Yeah, we're happy to be getting that one off of Hobson Place as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
And to piggyback on Brad, you guys have been doing great work getting some of these places that need demolished, you know, getting the money for them, getting them knocked down, and it's an improvement. Every time that happens, it's an improvement to our city, so thank you.
Absolutely, thank you, Mayor.
Number 35858, accept quote from Earthworks to demolish 62 Hobson Place, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35859, approve payment to Biadel Wholesale Supply Incorporated, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35860, approve payment to Chase Card Services, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35861, approve payment to Earthworks, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35862, approve payment to Minnick Electric, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35863, approve payment to Otis Elevator Company, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35864, approve payment to Suburban Building Center, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Number 35865, approve third quarter 2020 allocation to Bradford Area Public Library Accounts and Finances. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. Number 35866, approve payment to Bissett Building Center, OECD.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.
Number 35867, approve payment to J&R Auto Ambulance.
Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes. I will accept the motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So moved. Second.
Councilors Palmer,
Yes.
Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald.
Yes.